That's a very, very important point. Difference between the Workpass holder, many of them earn $800-900 a month. And as you correctly say, they owe their agents money. Versus, and we have got close to 1 million of them. And then you have the EP holders. They are a different ball game. The EP holders are akin to our what we call our PMET. In fact, if you go to the MOM website, they use income level. If you are earning more than 3,009 a month, 3,008 or 3,009, you are classified as under EP, right? And then if it's 2,004, it's another category. And then the third category will be your WP, yeah, your work permit holder. And they form the bulk, close to 1 million, all right? Now, their mental health. I think we all know the COVID-19 is a wake-up call, waking up the authorities about the plight of this group of people. Right? Everybody now knows 13 to 15 to 20 packed in one room. And the dormitory boss is just interested in collecting rent, right? And minimal facilities given. There was supposed to be a commissioner of dormitory, the former MOM, Minister of Manpower, Tan Chuan Jin, right? Was actually, he actually proposed a paper which was tabled in 2015. And there was supposed to be a commissioner of dormitory. His job is to look at all the dormitories in Singapore. I think it's about close to 40 of them, 40 dormitory, and maintain standard and make sure that adequate hygiene, adequate standards are maintained. But apparently, I read that many of these dormitories failed certain standards. They were not well maintained. And COVID-19 exposed more such cases. So I hope it's a wake-up call. I hope they realize, don't look down on them. Don't ignore them. They are very important. They help to build Singapore. And it's not fair that they are left alone to suffer. So that takes care of the physical part, the physical health, the physical hygiene, the place where they live in. I think we need to pay attention. And of course, their mental health as well. How do we do it? We need to come up with a comprehensive plan. How to have counselors who speak the language, how to have counselors who go down to a particular area so that dormitories near the area can come and seek help. We really, this is an example of post-COVID-19 plan for work permit holders. We've got to take a total relook at them. And at this juncture, I would like to highlight patient 42. He's a work permit holder from Bangladesh. He went to Mustafa. He had symptoms. He went to polyclinic. They took swab from him. He was allowed to go back to his dormitory. He was finally admitted only around early February, 6th of February. So in that few days, by going back to the dormitory, he would have infected some of his fellow workers. And what MOM did was to clean up the place. Cleaning, they thought cleaning would do the job. Unfortunately, they didn't go far enough to test the people there, to cordon off the group. So for 1 month, nothing was done. A whole month until early March. Then the authorities woke up to realize that this is a hot potato. There was a period of few days when positive cases exceeded 1,000 a day. And lo and behold, 40 over 1,000 people. Per capita, we are the highest in the world. Of course, we proudly say it's low mortality, less than 30 deaths. I think it's about 25 or 26 deaths. That's fine. But the foreign dormitory issue is a real big headache, right? Contrast this with patient 31 in South Korea. From a church, the moment she was identified, the 200,000 church members were screened and were cordoned off as a potential cluster. In the end, what happened? South Korea did very well. They didn't have a national lockdown, maybe in certain cities, but not a national lockdown. Okay, so what's my point? My point is that COVID-19 is really a wake-up call, that we really have to look after the WP if we really want to get them to work in Singapore. Right? Fundamentally, we've got to take a relook. How do we handle this group of people? We always say, oh, Singaporeans don't want to be construction workers, Singaporeans don't want to be plumber, don't want to be aircon technician, don't want to do dirty job. How do you expect a Singaporean to work in those lines when you pay a foreign worker $800, $700? He can't. So we got to really relook, how do we really pay these low paying workers a living wage sufficient for them to live a healthy, proper life? And how do we make it in such a way that we attract people to join their ranks? You and I know in Australia, in developed country, a plumber earns quite a fair bit. The electrician earns quite a fair bit. In fact, almost on par with a technician or even a professional. So because they're proud to be in that trade. And with pride comes esteem. With esteem comes mental health. This is what is the direction that we must head towards. Not just relying on foreign worker, cheap foreign worker, to build mega infrastructure, to grow the GDP at the expense of the happiness of the people and the cost of living of the people. So what's my final point? Yes, let's do something for the WP. Economic growth is important, but we must look into the quality of life for Singaporeans.